A nice transition down onto your back body, curling down through your spine. And then when you arrive, we're just going to take a little windscreen work with the knees. I want to always feel when we take our first alignment on the back in our supine that our hips are able to sort of soften. We don't want to feel too much pressure before we move into our abdominals. Lovely. So press your feet firmly down into the floor. Make sure that they're just in reach of your hands. And we're just going to take some pelvic floor, sort of awakening the pelvic floor this morning. So we're going to take a few exercises for our pelvic floor. So take your thumbs to your ribs and your fingers towards your hip bones. And we're just going to tuck and tilt that pelvis up towards the rib cage and then gently push it away. So taking a little arch, feeling the opposite direction, and then tuck, squeeze, engage. Really feel like you're drawing all those muscles up and under your ribs, and then push them away. Good. And just a couple more rounds like that, just finding those muscles, engaging, sort of waking them up here, and then push away. And then we're going to take this now to a little roll up. So we're going to reach the arms up. Make sure, as I said, the feet aren't too far away. And then start to roll your pelvis all the way up. Nice and slow. And then really think about your hips at the top, pushing up towards the sky, lifting the heels, and then smoothly roll down like a little massage for your back. All the way down. As soon as your bottom hits the mat, we drop the heels. We sort of re-prepare that breath. So tuck the pelvis, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Lifting the heels at the top, pushing the pelvis high, squeezing underneath the glutes, and lowering down, smooth and slow and controlled. Good. We're going to take two more of these. If it feels too much with the arms up, remember you can always leave those arms down on the floor. Just feel a little bit more stabilized down there. And smooth roll down. Think of that spine sort of reprinting itself into the mat. Final one, we're going to hold it up there now. So hold it up there. Lift your heels a little higher. And then we're going to gently open the arms and the knees. And then squeeze them back in. That's it. So deep breath in, we open and exhale. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling. We've got just two more of these, really feeling those glutes firing up there. Good. And then hold it up, take another breath, and then roll smoothly down through your back. Lovely work. And just have a little rock those knees from side to side. Really nice. All right, let's do a few crunches now with a few extensions. So we're going to prepare hands to the back of the head. Really ensure that you're keeping your chin away from your chest. So like you've got an apple or an orange underneath your chin. And you take a deep breath in and exhale. We just come up to a gentle crunch and we lower down. And exhaling and inhaling. Good. So as we do this very gentle crunch, we're going to keep the elbows wide here. So really broadening through the chest and easing it down, squeezing the abdominal strong. Good. Exhaling and inhaling. I'm going to take a few more of these. Keep your focus sort of up on the diagonal. So we're as much as it is described as a crunch, you want to think more of a lengthen. Nice. Now we're going to come up, we're going to lift our right leg off the floor and then exhale and lower and up, left leg and down and lower. So breathing in, exhaling and down and lower and up and squeeze down. We're going to do this one more each side and we're going to add on a little bit and down and up, squeeze and down. Nice. Now we're going to make it like a next sort of level of this. So we're going to come up to our crunch, really pull your belly button down into your spine, and then taking both legs up, and we're just going to take our alternate toe taps here. So we're going to keep that head up, looking on that diagonal. We're going to breathe in and exhale. Deep breath in and exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. You're going to take one more deep breath. Good. And then bring those knees together and just take a squeeze of the knees down. Lovely, guys. Have a little rock if you need. We're going to move into our supine twist now. So taking your 90-degree angle with your legs, we're going to think about your legs really squeezing together here and focus on keeping your hips, your knees directly over your hips. So we keep that alignment. We're going to take our arms out to a nice T position here. So not too high, not too low, in line with the shoulders. We're going to take a deep breath, and as we exhale, drop the knees over to one side of your mat. And then inhale to draw the legs up. Exhaling. And inhaling. And exhale. Deep breath in as you draw the legs up. Exhale. And coming up. Good. Couple more. Try to keep that focus on the upper body, staying really square as you do this movement. So we're not moving those shoulders. Good. We're going to do one more each side. Good. Last one here. Deep breath. And exhale. And place your feet down. Lovely, guys. Well done. Okay, take your right leg up in towards your chest. So give it a nice tight squeeze. And then just take a little shift of the hip there. Just finding a little bit of space in the top of the hip. And then send that leg up. Take your hands to the back of your knee. Just take a few circles into your ankle, both directions. Great. Nice. Now you're going to take the same hand as the leg and just place it down to the floor. And we're going to take the opposite arm across for our leg drops today. So keeping in mind, if you've got tight hamstrings, you might need to take a soft bend into that knee. But we want to try to keep the knee nice and straight. So we're going to drop the arm and leg, breathing in. And then on our exhale, we're going to press and reach across, finding that transverse abdominal. Deep breath in. And exhaling. And inhaling down. Exhale. And inhaling. Exhale. Good. We're going to take two more. And one more of these. Good. Now hold it there. Join that other arm so it's sort of underneath the top arm, and then we take some little crunches across the diagonal. So we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift like you want to reach and grab your foot. Take a deep breath and then ease down. So keeping that leg there, just dropping the upper body, securing your abdominals, and we're just going to take some little circles with that top leg. Like you're drawing these circles on the roof. Keep that stability. And then reverse. Really breathe. Nice. And then really slowly, going to lower that leg all the way down to the floor. Take your time, extending that leg, and then relax it down. Lovely, guys. Just bring your leg in, have another windscreen wiper, maybe take a quick gentle frog here just to relax the hips. Just really breathe into those hip flexors and just take a deep breath there before we do the second side. Nice. Have one more breath in your frog. Lovely. All right, let's take that on the second side. So hug your left knee in this time. Have a little bit of a rock. Again, you just want to find that little bit of mobilization there in that hip. And then send that leg up, hands to the back of your knee. And just take those circles. We want to take them both directions. One more round of deep breath there. Great. And then you're going to take the same hand as the leg down to the floor. Opposite arm is going to reach across. We're going to drop the arm and leg. We're going to inhale there. And then exhale, squeeze to lift across. And inhale, we lower. And exhale. And think about a really nice, strong extension, a lovely reach here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Good. We've got a couple more here. Good. Let's do 2 more. Really think about your core working to draw that leg up. Nice. Underneath arm will sort of underneath the top arm, and then little pulses. Like you're reaching for something over in the diagonal there. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up like you want to reach for your big toe, and then ease that upper body down. Keep everything secure across the tummy, and then taking these little circles. So really mindfully drawing these circles. Think of that big toe as your pen, drawing that circle around. Good. And then reverse it round the other way. Secure through those abs. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then really slowly drop that leg down to the bottom of your mat. And then bend it in. Nicely done, guys. Have your windscreen wiper. Just breathe there. Lovely work. Okay, we're going to just roll ourselves up now. So just take a quick roll up. We're going to find a nice tall seat. We're going to do some arm circles before we move into our sideline today. So great one if you are unable to lift weights for any reason, or you struggle with plank work. This exercise is really good for strengthening our shoulders. Make sure you've got a lovely tall seat. So you might not want to sit like this. You might want to sit with your legs, as we did at the start, out in front of you. And then we're going to just check that our shoulders are down. We have a long neck, and just drawing little circles. Again, we think like we've got our pens here on our fingertips. And we just start with these really small circles coming forward. And for this exercise, we just have a nice, just a nice, gentle, steady breath. So no breath pattern here at the moment. Just relaxing through that breathing, and then reverse the circles. So send them back the other way. Good. 2 more rounds of breath. Nice. Now we're going to do a little combination. We're going to bring those circles forward. So they're kind of into our zombie position, and then back out. Nice. And just like you're still drawing these circles on this sort of pathway through, and then all the way back out. Good. Now we're going to do another little combination. We're going to bend the elbows, bring them down, up and open, in, down, up and open, in, down, up and open. Keep it really nice and smooth with your pathways. Got 2 more of these. 1 more. And we come back to those circles. So we're going to breathe here. Deep breath. And exhale. Good. Second round of that little zombie combination. Bringing those arms forward. And then taking them back. Great, guys. Remember, if it gets too much, just to stop and have a breather. We're going to now go into that combination. So in, down, up and open, in, down, up and open, in, down, up. One more. Good. And then just hold it out there. Deep breath. We're going to take a very slow reach up with those arms. And then exhale, bring them down. Lovely, guys. Let's take a quick stretch there. Well done. Stretching that arm across. And then other side. Excellent. All right, my lovelies. Let's move on to some side lines. So just coming over to one side with your legs, coming down onto your side body. And as always, with our side line, you can always lie all the way down, or you can stay and support your neck. So always find what sort of feels more supportive for your neck, depending. And also just make sure you do the same on the second side. So we're going to take that top hand down. We're going to come into our elevated clams. So onto the top of the thigh, this arm is watching us like we're not wobbling. And we're going to take the top leg up and ease it down. Good. So we want to really think about that knee pushing back and then controlling the lower. So in the top as well, we're going to squeeze through those glutes, squeeze through those rotators and down and pushing back. Good. We're still keeping awareness on our posture as well. Although we are, excuse me, although we are lying down, we still want to keep our belly engaging, our posture strong. Good. Let's take two more. Good. And last one, we're going to take just little pulses, like you're just trying to push that knee back tiny, tiny bit there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Take the top leg down, stretch that underneath leg out. We're just going to do our inner thigh pulses here. So thinking about that heel pushing up to the sky, rotating your toes slightly down is our goal here, so that we're really engaging that inner thigh. Good. And just breathing, always focusing on the breath. Good. Nice. So you're going to point the foot. You're going to bend that knee, bring your foot in towards your other ankle and stretch it out long. So you want to keep it on that level plane here. So try not to let your knee lift. Yeah, try not to go like this, but instead think knee towards the camera and straight out long. And breathing in and exhale. Good. Let's do 2 more. And reach. 1 more. Good. Flex the foot, second round of those pulses. Tiny pulses. Good. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to point the foot. We're going to lift and hold 1. Lift and hold 2. Lift and hold 3. And bring it down. Lovely, guys. Just push yourself up. Have a quick little bend over to the side here. Awesome. And we'll do the other side. So just swing your legs around. And remember, you're going to do the exact same thing that you did on the first side with your head here. So make sure you're evening out your alignment there. Top of the thighs. And then we just take that top leg back and bringing it down. So again, really thinking about the pelvis like it's super square here, like if you had a rod in your pelvis, so it wouldn't move. Your hip bones, your pelvis is staying square, so everything's happening in those muscles, those rotators, the glutes. We're using them to really find that position. And squeezing at the top and easing down and up and lower. Good. Let's take a few more. Good. Next one, we're going to stay up there and we're going to just take those little pulses back Good for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then just take that leg straight back behind you. Send your underneath leg out long and then taking those little lifts. So rotating that heel up, toes are down, and just focusing on that repetitious, it's definitely a Monday morning, keeping that little pulse going. Good. Little deep breaths as well, just gentle, steady breathing. Nice. Couple more. Good. Then we're going to point that foot and we're going to bring that foot to the other ankle and smooth to send it out long. And squeezing it in and lengthen. And deep breath. And exhale. Good. Couple more. And stretch it out. Good for 3. Nice. Good. We've got one more. Good. And then lift and hold 1. Lift and hold 2. Final 1. And then bring it down. Nice, guys. Just bring yourself up. Take a quick stretch over. Deep breath there. Lovely. Okay, I think we have just enough time to do a quick side plank. So we're going to do, today actually, we're going to do our extended arm. So if you know you've got any wrist or wrist or elbow issues, stay down on the forearm. But we're going to come up today for anyone that would like that little extra challenge. So as always as well, you can modify this and keep your underneath knee down on the floor as well. So we're going to prepare from a sort of kneeling position and take your top leg out, and like you've got someone's hand wrapped around your waist. So you're already thinking about pulling up there. Checking you've got a little bend in this underneath elbow, reaching the top arm, and you might want to just stay there or take your underneath leg out to join one leg on top of the other or one foot in front of the other, depending on what feels more stable for you. And we're just going to hold and take a few deep breaths. So that top arm, we're going to take a big circle with that top arm. So deep breath in and exhale 1. Be really mindful of your underneath elbow. If it starts to feel too much, please drop that underneath knee. Final deep breath. Hold it strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely, guys. Just drawing yourself up. Give your wrist a little roll out, and we'll do that on the other side. So as we did on the first side, preparing it nice and securely so that you know you're nice and supported there. Watching this underneath elbow doesn't have too much of a lock. And then when you're ready, taking that underneath leg out long, and we're going to hold it there. We're going to take those 3 big circles and reach 1. Deep breath in and reach 2. And 1 more. Good. Holding it strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then ease it down. Lovely work, guys. Nicely done. Okay, let's take a stretch out now, my lovelies. So we'll take our seated tree. So taking one leg in, one leg out long, finding a nice tall spine. Always thinking about length before we stretch. Think about drawing everything up and then reaching over and relaxing down. Feel your back really softening here, head pulling down, and just focus on the breath. Relaxing breath. And then very gently just rolling up, taking your opposite hand to the knee, reaching the other arm up, taking a nice side bend over. Really feel that extension in your side body here. And then coming all the way up and take it just a couple of circles into that ankle. Good. And then switching over second side. Again, find your seat bones nice and square. Deep breath in and exhale. Really relax into the back, relax into the head. Rolling up, opposite hand to knee, reaching up and over, side stretch there. And then coming up and then taking a couple of circles into that ankle. Lovely. And then taking both legs out in front of you. So you can have your feet slightly apart if that feels sort of better for your body. Otherwise, both feet together, deep breath in, and then forward fold. You can take your hands to the back of your head and just encourage the head down, or reaching for the feet. And then just rolling up. And then finding your nice seat of choice. So you can come back to your cross-leg posture or sitting with your legs out in front of you. And we're just going to do some head rolls here. So dropping the head as we try to do at the end of every class, just to really release the neck. You might want to close your eyes here. And then reverse. Good. One more round. Lovely. And then we're going to finish with our nice 3 breaths. So mind, body, and soul, drawing the arms up, deep breath in and exhale. Really feel grounded as you exhale, feel elevated as you inhale. And final one, taking in all that positive energy. And big exhale. Well done, guys. Lovely work today.